Hello guys, and welcome to episode 4 of my Baranavichy campaign in Steel Division 2. Today we are starting off with a battle against the Assault Battalion AOK-2, the Artillery Battalion Sud, and the 509th Grenadier Regiment, as they all have 3 action points available and therefore can reinforce these troops should we attack them, which is what we're going to do. Now I'm going to target the 41st Cavalry Regiment because I want to be able to bring in the 219th Motorised Rifle Battalion in B, and then alongside that we're going to be deploying some air units, our fighters. Let's bring those in. I don't believe they have any heavy armor or anything, so that should be just fine. I think for the most part, my tanks should be okay. I've got to be a bit careful about those Panzervernichtungen though. Those could do a lot of damage if I don't spot them in time. So we'll play up with a lot of infantry as soon as we can, but at the start we're only going to have access to tanks, so this could get pretty messy. Let's play this out manually. They are going to be bringing in 2 of their ground regiments. Let's go. So I think they can only bring in 2 to reinforce since we're attacking the routed unit. So the routed unit counts as 1 and they're bringing in 2 to reinforce. It is breakthrough, apparently. So this could actually make this easier in some ways because it will be a lot quicker. Yeah, interesting. Either way, we will just deploy like so. Just have tanks spread out across the board. I don't believe we have any defenses we've got to worry about. So I think we'll be okay. I'm going to bring in a few extra tanks. That'll be it. That's pretty much all of our points spent. Okay, we'll just give them attack move orders forwards. There's no long range AT or anything, so we can just kind of sit in the open and then go from there. Let's launch. Just speed things up. We'll see what we come up against. Opa Blitz. Are there going to be some Panzervernichtungs in the open? No, it's just a Flak 38 opening up onto my T-34-85. We do have a quick hunt order on these T-34-85s, so they are going to be attacking on the move, and if they're going to deploy more of those flaks, then honestly we should be okay. Any open ground objectives we can take quite easily, I feel. Just going to make sure we keep bringing in more and more tanks. We're going to deploy more on this left side just because it's going to be difficult to push the town. We're going to need all the fire support we can get. There goes another Flak 38. As we get closer to this objective, we're going to have to take a wide berth. There is a unit up on here. I assume that's a flak as well. A little bit unsure about moving up here through the trees. I am extremely concerned about where they have like Panzervernichtungs and stuff. You can see that we're actually losing that objective. I'm going to have to leave a tank directly on it in order to capture it. Yeah, we're in a bit of a weird spot with the composition of forces that we have. Now we're going to get away from the Sturmschützen. They were about to use their Panzerfaust on us. That wouldn't have gone down too well. Thankfully, we have lots and lots of tanks in the area. That's all very well. 81mm mortar there, that's okay. Let's keep bringing in more tanks. Bringing in a couple more on the right hand side. And I'm going to push up to this objective. It's probably going to be another Sturmschützen or something similar up there. I could definitely use the recon, I think. The recon Motorrazvedka. I think I'm going to be forced to bring those in. But we're going to have to be very careful with them because the trouble we have is if I rely on these guys, then we have to just be super careful not to lose them, because they'll reveal stuff at a range that can get them killed very quickly, especially against things like Sturmschützen. So yeah, we're gonna have to be extremely careful. Although this is opening up on the hill there, which is nice. Just got to make sure that we connect that back up. I'm gonna leave a tank on the point, and we're going to try and exploit any salients that we find. Ooh, like so. Let's get out of range, please. That is dangerous. Fire back towards them. Go on, get in range. Unfortunately, we have the transmission damage now, so that's making things 100 times harder. I'm gonna unload these early and move them up. Oh, there's another unit there we can kill. Lovely. Get rid of that. We'll unload these guys. Have them push into these trees. Nice, we got the surrender. That's what I was looking for. Bring in some more T-34s on this left-hand side. So yeah, in this case, good example. MG gets exposed, but it only got exposed not because that's a recon unit, because it's infantry. So these Motorrazvedka are not particularly useful, other than to bait out infantry, but I don't want to lose the units themselves. The great thing about recon is they can spot vehicles from range, so you can basically lock down troop movement. But in terms of finding individual units, especially infantry, in heavy forest, they're not very good at that at all. We are exposing a lot of these MG42s. I think that one possibly fired at the Motorrazvedka as it moved into the building, hence they've taken damage, rather than them spotting the MG again. So yeah, I need basically phase B, where I can flood in infantry and just bait out all of the MGs and then demolish them with the T-34s in the process. That's the whole way that this is going to work. Probably going to bump into another Sturmschützen up here, but I'm going to push for it anyway. Let's get the Motorrazvedka through there. Get another T-34 to go to that point, and once again, only spotted because they're infantry. But at least we know it's an MG. There's probably another MG in here, actually. They're focusing on using those over the Panzervernichtungen, and we may be okay to just drive right up to the infantry. I'm tempted to try and do so. Bit risky, but we'll give it a go. They were using Sturmschützen as well, so there is the possibility of Panzerfaust. Right, we found that MG. Found that unit as well. Right, they're going to be pinned soon. And we can run them down unless they get killed. Let's keep pressing forwards with this T-34. Keep pressing onwards. Right, where's that unit gone, I wonder? Right, we killed that unit, which is good. Try and get that tank back into friendly territory. I think this is open for us to push as well, so we'll keep going up here. Assuming we found whatever was in this bush, or these trees. Ah, there's the MG, we can kill that. Must have been a recon unit moving through there. Oh, that point blank shot onto the MG42 and it misses. And there's another unit in there somewhere. Oh, T-34 went down, that's Panzervernichtungs. 6-man squad. Not good. Spread out, boys. Spread out. Where we're in to be anyway, so time to bring in the infantry. And with the infantry support, taking that town should be much easier because they'll reveal their positions at range. Oh, look at all those FKs firing away. Wow, right, we'll bring in some fighters to deal with those. Hopefully there's not too many AA left. Yeah, the Panzervernichtung squad would have been the ones that were not pushing the territory. So they could be anywhere actually, we've got to be very careful about that. That's engine destroyed though, so losing another T-34 there, unfortunately. MG's opened up. Maybe unloading my Strelki. Move them up. Gotta unload these ones as well. Another T-34 lost to a Panzervernichtung squad on the hill. There's cheeky Panzervernichtungs. I knew there would be an issue. Now we have these Strelki though, hopefully they'll reveal themselves and we can hit them. To be honest, it doesn't really matter all that much if this battalion of T-34s takes a lot of damage, because I don't think we're going to be using them to attack Baranavichy anyway. Alright, let's get some more infantry to ride up this road. And then we can get some more... Damn it. Some more tanks. Strelki getting killed by the Baranavichy and the other unit of infantry that was there. We've really got to kill this MG. Oh, there goes the Panzervernichtungs after killing one of my T-34-85 Comrates. And there goes the Strelki. If I kill the MG-42, I think I get back all of this territory on the left-hand side. It's 14 to 12, minor defeat in 3 minutes now for them. I mean, these Mortautos aren't actually a bad idea to bring in because they come in with recon vehicles. That's not actually too bad. I'm going to unload that Tanko and we're going to move it up like so. There's still an MG in here somewhere. No idea where. We're going to have a look. Maybe bring in some Mortautos there. Ah, there we go, we found it. Oh, lost a unit there, possibly. Actually, no, I didn't. Didn't lose the unit. Not yet, at least. Strelki have got into a good position. Oh, actually, they might get surrendered. Got to be very careful with that engagement. Okay, they're falling back. So we can push on that. I'd like to try and make this sort of 18 to 9 or 19 to 19 to 7, or would it be 18 to 8? Right, let's bring these in. I'm gonna keep firing at all that. Got to strafing all of these units. I'm not sure what unit that is. You can run down the MG-42 though, that's good. A major defeat in 10 seconds, let's just speed it up. Oh, minor defeat. We just lost a point at the end there. Oh well. That'll do. All we needed to do was win, because I just wanted to destroy the unit we were attacking. We lost 5 T-34-85s. Not too good, but it'll do. Acceptable losses, I would put that down as. I'm a little bit worried about these reinforcing units pushing back into friendly territory. Yeah, they did. If we can cut them off next turn, then we should be okay. Right, is there any other reinforcements we want to bring in? I could bring in these up here to just reinforce this area. The main priority is getting down towards Baranavichy. I don't think at this point it really matters where we deploy. I think this push down the bottom side, it's kind of just stopped in its tracks at the moment unless I can encircle all of these units. So, yeah. Bit difficult because we've only got, what, 2-3 days left? Hard. Very hard. Right, let's continue anyway. We are being attacked here. by the 33rd Panzer Grenadier Regiment. I think I was a little bit worried this would happen, but we should be okay to defend. And we do have like unlimited amounts of Shermans, well, not quite unlimited, but enough. We'll bring in the Mortar Regiment, and I'll use the 946th Assault Regiment as well. Just so that we have enough points early on to defend ourselves. I might get attacked elsewhere though, which could be a problem. I guess we'll see. Let's... tactical battle. They are bringing in their own aircraft. So I guess we're going to have to shoot down their aircraft with our IL-2s. Which could be a little bit difficult, but we will see. This is an interesting map. We can definitely control the right side quite well, so we'll probably just deploy a few tanks across here. That's okay. We can put a couple here. I would like to put one in the town, but it's really risky. Especially considering we don't have any infantry of our own that can really cover. So we'll just bring one in, like so. I'll have this one sit on this side of the bridge, that's fine. We can have the rest deploy on this side. Just sit them like so. So the intention is just to kind of set up relatively defensively initially, and then we can go from there. Alright, let's launch. Off we go. So we're up against the 33rd Panzer Regiment, the Bomber Wing and the Fighter Wing. Might have to be careful with that Fighter Wing actually. But if we head on with IL-2s, it should be okay. Those IL-2s actually cost quite a lot to bring in. 8 a pop. This actually could be quite a long battle. Especially if I can't use my Air Force that much. We shall see. Right, I'm going to have to bring in some recon tanks on the right hand side, otherwise they're going to be able to walk across the open with the Panzerschrecks and shoot us. So I want to avoid that obviously. They haven't brought anything on to this point, so if we can push up, then we shall. Oh, they did actually bring a unit quite far up. We're going to have to be careful with that. I'm going to have to bring in a recon tank on this left-hand side. Let's bring in the Valentine. Ooh, that driver knockout. That must be one of their half-tracks with a gun on it. Oh, shit. Not good. I'm going to get into cover before my units get forced to fall back. Oh wow, that missed. That was its second shot. Alright, well that one's crew panicked. I mean, if we just make it fall back, then we will kill it anyway, but... yeah, it's a bit awkward. Right, we're getting some good shots across the open on the right-hand side. And they have a lot of units. We do have this German firing across to the right-hand side, which is nice. I might move it out into the open a bit more, actually, so that we can fire at the 251-17 as it chases down our Sherman. I'm going to try and do that. These battles are actually a lot more tactical than the ones we've had previously in this campaign so far. Like all of the other ones have just been me rushing, really, and then winning the battle pretty quickly. But in these last two battles, it's felt like I've had to take care, which is actually a nice feeling. It's a little bit more challenge. We're only running 15 to 13 right now, so it's not like we have a massive lead. I do have to be careful with this salient. I mean, this is a salient we might be able to use. If I bring up more to the center, we might be able to do some work. My T-70 is currently finding the Panzergrenadiers in the open. That's good. Nice. Oh, we're going to have to be careful here. Yeah, these Panzergrenadiers coming through the town. That is scary as they get closer. I have to play around with that very carefully. As we get to the next unit, we can actually bring in, I think, some form of infantry. We can get the VZ VOD, I guess. Oh shit, we lost one. Looks like they snuck up on us there. It's not good. If we can just surrender these, save us some ammunition. Nice, okay, good. Well, that's going to save us a lot of hassle. If I can get basically on top of the reinforcement roads, then it's actually going to be very hard for them to do too much. We can just kill them in the open. It is going to be hard for me though to take back this point. I was very worried that they were going to push across the open here with those units, so yeah, I've got to take it easy now. Let's get a M4 to move to the right hand side. I am just going to push through. There might be some Panzergrenadiers here, but I think it's worth the risk. Ooh, that's a lot of 251-9s. Wow. Not expect that many. Ooh, that's dangerous. Did they just sacrifice their only unit Panzergrenadiers on this side of the river? I think they did. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, they're going to be able to just kill that Sherman in time. That's tough. And one nice thing about this Valentine is it's going to be able to kill these 251-9s very quickly indeed. We are going to have to be careful with the T-70 Razvedka, because that will actually lose out to these at range. Especially over time. Right, if we kill this MG actually, we'll be able to capture that point. Possibly? Maybe not. Let's move this one to the right, start engaging those. Oh, another unit of Panzergrenadiers is pushing us. I'm gonna have to keep eyes on. Oh, we just lost another unit. Tragic. Right, we're gonna have the backup. Don't have any more recon units, so yeah, this is tough. Just gotta keep throwing Shermans at them. Hope for the best. I'm going to move this one round to the right hand side. I'm going to move my Valentine further to the left. Wow, all of those units missed. Bring up the commander on that left side because they're going to be engaging from long range a lot. Right, we've broken down a lot of the half tracks in the open. That's good. I could probably actually bring in the Valentines here. We do have a couple more recon Valentines actually, so let's bring those up. Bring one to this area. Wow. Managed to get into range. Alright, well, they're dead. That's good. Let's just unload it now. Hopefully we're in range. Oh, not quite. My next couple tanks will push up towards this hill. We've just moved into phase B, so we have our artillery available. And the VZ-VOD, so we can bring in those VZ-VOD UPR. Just to act as infantry squads to help push across the open. Not sure I'm going to push into the town at all, but we'll bring one in on the left hand side. That's fine. Hopefully that was the last unit there, looks like it was. Let's try and push up to the edge of this river. Control the map from there. Okay, we'll bring in another Sherman on that left hand side. That's, I think, all of my Shermans brought in. Right in the town, we do have some Kanzleradvedka, so maybe we'll use those. These are 8-man squads with SMGs, which is actually pretty good. I didn't realise we had those available. So we can use them accompanied by some tanks in order to push in the town. Yeah, Valentines would be good in the open, so we'll make sure to keep pushing those up. Got to find out what's here. Looks like it's going to open up. It's probably an MG. Yep, it is. One of those MGs is going to be revealing themselves with those infantry in the open. I'm just going to unload them early, so I don't lose them unnecessarily while I'm not paying attention. Okay, that's good. Another point taken. Keep the pressure up. Oh, brilliant. We got those half tracks. That's really nice. Oh shit. My Sherman's not covering those. It's moved too far forwards and my units are going to die because of it. That's a shame. Alright, let's move this one over to the right. This wall of Shermans. Alright, let's get up onto this hill. It's the next move we're going to make. And we can have the Shermans follow us up. I might just sit on the bridge. Probably not a bad idea. Haven't had to use my planes yet. It would have been pretty useful at popping all of those half tracks, but I needed, I think, the tank reinforcements more than anything. Alright, 18 to 10. A Panzergren. It showed itself as just getting blown to pieces by all of the Shermans aiming at it. But we have them all spread out like this, they just cover each other really nicely. There's a unit. A couple units actually. Those are able to fire back, which is a start. But we're going to have to pin down these Panzergrens ASAP if we can. We have no MG ammunition, so I think these VZ-Vod might be dead. Yep, they're goners. We can get one more shot on those Panzergrens, that will pin them. We can get the surrender. Oh, that's a Panzerschreck. Hello. Not very fun. Gotta be careful on this right hand side as well. They're still falling back? I hope they are. There we go, we got him. Nice. And we'll sit on that point. I can probably push over and sit on this point potentially. Okay, good. That's going to be 20 to 8. There's still apparently a minor defeat for them. So we should probably push 21, I guess. But we did just lose a tank. That's going to be a Panzerschreck there. Tell you what, the AI is surprisingly good at ambushing. They tend to just leave units in random positions. Like really weird positions that you just don't expect, and therefore it actually catches you out. I think the reason we need more flags to get a major defeat for them is because there's more flags on the map in total. That's why it's different. But either way, we're holding 21 to 7, which is good. I have any more infantry I can bring in. Like the artillerists are only 2-man squads now, so not really that useful. I think I'm actually going to bring up a couple of these supply vehicles so that we can resupply the MGs. Oh, look at these Valentines. They're so slow. So damn slow. Right, let's just speed things up. They did bring an aircraft, but we haven't seen any. So I assume that they'd only do it if we brought them in, but I don't really want to risk losing my IL-2's 2 fighters if I don't have to, right? There's no point. I'm going to try and mortar my T-70 Razvedka. Just annoying. Just move these forwards so we have the HE on target. Right, into phase C. Let's just pop that Opel Blitz munition. Okay, cool. All of the machine guns are back and ready to go. I thought that modifier was coming in on the supply then. Would have been annoying. Oh, look how many 251-17s we had to kill. Wow. I didn't think they had that many, but I guess we are on hard difficulty. We lost in the end 5 Germans. That's not actually that bad. 131 kills, 17 losses. Considering that was an elite Panzergrenadier regiment, not bad at all. Let's just hope we don't get attacked again, because I have used my AL2s for that battle when we didn't even use them. So if we now get attacked by, I think there's an AT division down the bottom right that might attack us because they have 3 action points. That could be trouble. I swear they want to cut themselves off down there.
Comrade, the Stavka is worried about your ability to fulfill the goals set for you. You have 2 days remaining.
Oh my. 2 days remaining. 4 turns to win this. That's actually pretty scary. Like, look how many units they have here. What makes me wonder, can the 1st Guards Tank Corps even get involved? Like, in the battle? Because I brought them in, I think, as soon as I could. Like, on the 6th of July in the AM, I brought them in. So, and now they're kind of up here. I mean, I know I haven't had, like, the best route down, but yeah, there's no other better route to get to Baranavichy, so unless they're just supposed to be used to defend, but this is our best front up here for sure. There's no way we're getting in from the bottom anytime soon. We can cut off all these and continue forwards, which is something I'm going to do. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Actually, it might be better to just move one of these down. Maybe. And because they're actually on the road here, it's going to make it awkward for us to use the road to get to our objective quickly. Because the theory is here that I thought all of these units on the bottom side of the map would be able to get to Baranavichy and actually attack it before we ran out of time. But at this point, I don't think there's any way for our tanks to get there. I know that I've been going for this encirclement for a while, these tanks having to go cross country. But then again, we would be trying to break through Group Hardenheck, which is multiple Tigers, like 2-star Tigers. Like, how do we deal with that? Like, we can't, right? I mean, it just we just can't. I'm gonna continue here. Actually, that cut them off. Okay, so I don't actually have to move these down. That's good. I did have some of you guys saying in the comments as well that I could move a unit to the edge of the map and then cut off these guys, which would save us some troops. So maybe I just sort of branch out from this point to kind of open the front as much as possible. Let's try it. We'll move this one down. Oh, it does work. Okay, that's cool. So we can just move this one through here and just push the front line as far away from all these units as possible, so they have to use action points to try and make it back. The only trouble we have is if we leave units kind of in range. I mean, this unit's kind of in trouble because it's sandwiched in between all of these forces. That could end badly, that's for sure. Well, we've got this tank regiment. It's almost there. I wonder. So there's a 611th, sorry, security regiment. That's actually quite easy for us to kill. They've got the 2nd Hussar Regiment. They've got an AA battalion. I mean, the AA battalion's the scary part of all of this, for sure. Right, let's head the recon up and around. Maybe I can get to the airport and destroy their aircraft. The rest of these are just going to have to come down. We're going to have to continue on our merry way. I think I can attack these. We could probably destroy that Panzergrenadier regiment with the recon, so I'll probably do that. We'll move on with the rest. Which one would it... which one do I want to attack with? Probably this one, right? Because we can actually maybe get through this gap and encircle this lot as well. Just depends if there's any other attacks that I want to make. All this lot, I'm very tempted to just run away so we can't get attacked there. Because we can't deal with these tigers like I already mentioned. Gonna be difficult for sure. But either way, unfortunately, it has been my time. We have 4 turns remaining, including this turn, to complete the campaign. If I can get Shermans up to this point, which we're very close to doing, I reckon we can complete it. But it's going to be close. We're going to be cutting it very close indeed. It's probably just as well that I didn't defend Stubbsy, because we were definitely prevented from moving too far down here. This defense and the amount of units has been ridiculous. I reckon this is going to be much easier on the German side, that's for sure. But either way, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.